Okay, so today we're going to open an email and set up an email account with Outlook. If you don't know how to do that, we're going to go through that real quick. I'm going to open mine from the dock. If you would like to learn how to install docs on Microsoft, just go ahead and send me an email and I'll make a tutorial on that as well. So first off, when you open, you're going to get the home screen, assortment of different things you can do. Everything by default is set up pretty well actually. There's not too much that you're going to have to do. So let's just go to File, and then we're going to go over to the right where it says Add Account. Go ahead and select that. Now if you have a live Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail, Bing, whatever, then just go ahead and enter your name, your email address, and then your password that you would use to log in. Then you're just going to hit next and let it go ahead and authorize the account and hit finish, and you're pretty much done. But if you have your own website, your own domain, or you're trying to access a work email, you're going to go manually. Make sure that internet email POP3 is selected. And once you make sure that's selected, there are assortment of options there, but just go to make sure internet email is selected, POP3, that's what we want, hit next. Here you're just going to want to enter a name that you would like to name this account and what name you would like to have it shown. I'm going to put Edwards Construction here because that's what I'm doing it for as an example. And the email address is info@constructionanddemo.com. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down. Make sure the account type is POP3 and then do mail dot whatever your domain name is .com, .net, .org, whatever it is. So it'd be mail.yourdomainname.com, .org, whatever you selected. And then go ahead and put that in incoming and outgoing. Your username 9 times out of 10 is just going to be your email address again, and then your password is obviously your password. And when I'm done typing this in right here, we'll go ahead and test the account settings. You don't have to do this because when you hit next, it will automatically do this for you. But if you just want to test things out to see if it works, then go ahead and hit test account. Now that we know everything's worked well, we're going to go down to more settings just so we can see all the options. Now you can add more stuff here, not really necessary, but you can. Outgoing service, probably a little bit, most people are not going to mess with that. So we're going to go ahead and look over to advanced. We're going to change the outgoing server SMTP from 25 to 26 just to make sure that when you're sending your emails out to people, it's less likely to end up in their junk mailbox. We're going to click next, and like I said, it's going to do the test again. And once that's finished, we'll close this box out, and then we'll look at some options like the calendar and a couple of other account settings and what we can do there. Okay, so just that easy, that's set up. Now as you see, I have an assortment of emails here, but we're going to go ahead and open the construction and demo for Edwards Construction. And since there are some emails already on the server, those emails do pull up and they'll be right there in your inbox for you even if they've already been read. So Microsoft Outlook will go in and pull those and download those to your computer. Now here you have mail, calendar, contacts, and tasks. We're going to open the calendar and just show you how easy it is to set some dates, times, and keep organized. You can just click anywhere and type in whatever you wish, dentist appointment, doctor's appointment, client meeting, so forth, what have you. Make a payment, you get the deal, anything that you want. Really that simple. Go ahead and enter it and it's already right there, and this is what the reminder will look like. Now if you want to change that at any time or add some more details as things do change, you just have to go up to it and double click on it, and it'll pull up this box. You can change the date, the time, the title, whatever you want, and even add more details to this. And this is good because if there's things that you've forgotten or you're going to email this out, it gives people instructions, so directions or things that they need to do. And if you want to change it, all you have to do is click it and drag it anywhere you want. And if you want to even increase the time of day that it'll be, go ahead and find where those arrows come up and go ahead and drag it down to wherever it is. It's really that simple to use a calendar. So moving on from that, I'm going to go ahead and delete these emails, just get those out of the way. And from here, we're just going to check out some things. So that's obviously new email tab. Send and receive, you're just going to click that whenever you want to receive any new emails or check, if there's anything coming in or send an email out. This is what the box will look like. I have dual screen, so I had to drag that over for you. And that's pretty much as easy as it gets for sending and receiving emails. There's more things you can do. You can add a folder to stay organized. I know I try to do this as well. So if you want to add a folder like clients, just type it in and look, it just pops up right then and there. And you can go ahead and move a file just by dragging it into the folder, and it'll be right in there for you, so you can stay organized that way. So it just makes things really easier. Far more easier than Thunderbird, but then again, Thunderbird's free, so can't really complain too much there, right? This is another assortment of different ways you can view things, add flags, what you want to see, what's most important, just more and more functionalities of organization. But like I said before, most things by default are set up pretty well. So out of the box, there's really not that most anybody changes, unless you're like just an email guru. Most people really don't even change the default settings at all. The most things that you and probably anybody else will change is the signature and calendar. Other than that, the full functionality of Outlook is pretty well. Now with the junk email, you can do a lot of things. You can block the sender entirely, add them to the list. There's just so much you can do in the junk email, which I do like, because as you know, emails are just a ton of junk mail, and Outlook lets you filter right through all that stuff and make sure that doesn't come to your inbox again. So love that aspect of it. Here, when you do actually click on account settings, it's going to have all of your emails posted, and whether that's 1 or 100 doesn't really matter. When you double click on one of them, it's going to take you to a box that you're going to be familiar with from the install. So if like you had to change a password, it might have been compromised, you can do that right here. Now, changing your password here does not mean it'll change it on your server. What this means is you need your password. Outlook basically uses your login and password, sends that to the server, and retrieves your email. So like if your administrator or yourself change your password on your server, or if you use HostGator and you change it that way, or anything else, you just go in and change your password on Outlook as well, and it's really just that easy. As far as the options go, there's an assortment of options. You can go on for hours trying to explain every single option. They're pretty much self-explanatory. You just read what they do, check a box if you want it, uncheck it if you don't want it, and you're good to go. There's really not too much necessary explanation here for anything that the typical user will need. It's just options, check a box if you want it, uncheck it if you don't. Really that simple. You can change languages. There's so many different controls, it's ridiculous. So there's not a lack of options, just to say that, especially for an email interface. So moving forward, we're going to go ahead and what most people want to do is add a signature. So we're going to go ahead and add a signature. A lot of people get lost right here because it has changed from 07. So what I usually do is just make the signature in Word, because it's really easy to add a picture, change font, so forth and so on. And from there, you're going to go to File. Now, most people go to Account Settings and they can't find Signature. Can't find it. Biggest issue. Like, what you would think that, yeah, okay, Account Settings, change my account settings. I understand, it makes sense, but it's not there. It's actually in your Options tab. So you're going to want to go over to the left. It's not in Account Settings, it's in Options tab. Click Mail, and then it's going to be right there on your right hand side, Signature. So then you can go into this box right here and copy the signature that you've made in Word or wherever you've made it, Photoshop, whatever, doesn't really matter. Or you can just type it in right there in the box. You can do it in any way you like. But if you do it from the Word way, you just copy what you have in Word, paste it right in there and hit OK. I'm not going to, because obviously I don't want that signature, but it's really just that simple. You can make your signature anywhere, place it in the box, and it's good to go. And then, if you were to save it, you just hit OK and then OK. And then every time you send it,